Prince Harry is so determined to get his IP status back, but it's about not being prosecuted for crimes he's committed in the past. The House of Lords has just dropped a bombshell that has sent shock waves through the royal family and captivated the world's attention. This centuries-old institution is pushing to strip Prince Harry of his royal status in an unprecedented and dramatic move. So, what exactly led to this explosive proposal, and what does it mean for the people's prince and the very heart of British tradition? Join us as we unravel the shocking move by the House of Lords, Prince Harry title petition. The British House of Lords, one of the oldest and most powerful symbols of royal tradition and government authority, has taken a major and very official step. They've started a formal petition to remove Prince Harry's title, the Duke of Sussex. This isn't just people online complaining or shouting on TV. This is serious. This is the government itself stepping in. The move is coming from respected members of parliament, experienced, long-serving politicians who don't waste time on scandals. These are the people who help shape the direction of the country. And now they've set their sights on Harry. What's really shocking is how real this is. It's not a statement made just for show. It's not a media stunt. It's happening inside the same halls that have handled royal matters for hundreds of years. And now those halls are focusing their attention on Harry as if they see him not just as a rebel, but as a real threat to the crown. The mood is intense. You can feel the anger, but also a quiet determination. It's like a well-planned chess move that's been sitting in the background waiting for the perfect time to strike. And here's where it gets even more dramatic. Prince Harry is said to be furious beyond frustrated, not just upset, not just irritated, absolutely livid. And it's easy to see why. Ever since he stepped back from royal duties and moved to California, one of the only things he's held on to is that title, Duke of Sussex. It's not just a name. It's a symbol of his royal link. That title opens doors for him in business, in the media, and in Hollywood. This isn't just a small punishment. It's the first step in possibly erasing his remaining connection to the monarchy. Watching Parliament take action like this feels like they finally had enough. It's as if the establishment is preparing to close the royal door on Harry for good. And here's the thing. They said, "We're not likely to see King Charles make this move himself. He's known to avoid direct conflict. In addition, with the recent accusations of racism against him and Camilla in Omid Scobie's book, he might prefer to avoid anything that could stir up more drama. So now Parliament is doing what the king won't." But this isn't just a personal mission from a few angry members of Parliament. It's growing into something much bigger. Within just a few days, tens of thousands of people across the UK signed the petition. From Sussex to Scotland, citizens are standing up and adding their names. It's no longer just a few voices. It's turning into a nationwide movement. And here's the turning point. Parliament isn't just watching this happen. Members from both the House of Lords and the House of Commons are getting involved. They are not just supporting the petition. They are pushing it forward. They are bringing up the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, a law that was last used during World War I to strip royal titles from those who supported enemy nations. Now, some lawmakers argue that while Harry may not have committed military treason, what he's done feels like aid, betrayal of the crown in spirit, and you can feel the anger growing. Many people are tired of watching someone use the royal name to criticize the monarchy while also making money off that same royal connection. This move isn't just a formal warning. It could be the beginning of removing Harry's royal status altogether. What started as frustration among the public is turning into real political action. And when Parliament and public opinion join forces, history tells us that change is not only possible, it's often unstoppable. Royal expert Hugo Vickers recently revealed in an interview that The late Queen Elizabeth was so wary of Harry and Meghan that she didn't even want to be alone with them. You know, when you plant a seed that is so hateful, what it can grow into. I mean, just a couple days ago, that's a strong statement. It shows there was a deep lack of trust between the Queen and the couple. Something very different from the friendly image Harry tried to show during interviews. He even claimed that the Queen wanted him to have special security. But now we're learning that might not have been true at all. Instead, it seems she was deeply disturbed by their behavior. Then there's what Harry has done since moving to the US. He didn't just settle down quietly. He started speaking out a lot, especially about politics. And that's a huge problem. Royal family members are supposed to stay neutral when it comes to politics. But Harry has criticized the First Amendment, supported controversial causes, and aligned himself with political groups in America. Some lawmakers in the UK are now calling this title laundering, using a royal title to make political messages seem more important. That's not just bad PR, that's a serious issue. It challenges the very rules that define the royal family's role. If that's taken away, what could be left of his royal identity? Let's take a closer look. Harry and the royals, traditionally British royals, stay far away from American elections and sensitive social debates. They are expected to remain neutral, to rise above politics. But Prince Harry, still using the title Duke of Sussex, has done the opposite. He's spoken out on US political issues loudly and publicly, and that's raising eyebrows not just in private circles but now in Parliament itself. British lawmakers are no longer whispering about it. They are openly asking why a foreign royal is involving himself in American politics. They believe it's not just inappropriate, it's dangerous. If royal titles start being used to push political views overseas, it could damage the very foundations of the monarchy. Prince Harry might have thought he was just sharing his opinions, but to the British Parliament, it sounded like a warning shot. And now they are firing back with laws, with history, and with unmistakable anger. Major news has just broken from London. Buckingham Palace has announced that Harry and Meghan will no longer officially represent the Queen. That means no more public funding and no more use of their royal titles. These changes are set to take effect in the spring. According to royal commentator Katie Nicholl, the response has been overwhelming. The phones haven't stopped ringing, she said, and for good reason. This feels like more than just a step back from royal duties. It feels like a total removal. If there's one thing consistent about Harry since he left royal life, it's this: he hasn't stopped criticizing the monarchy. From his shocking opera interview to the Netflix documentary, and then his revealing memoir Spare, it seems like he's made a mission out of exposing the royal family's private pain. At first, people were interested. They wanted to hear his side of the story. But now even his supporters are backing away. He hasn't just criticized the institution. He's taken aim at nearly everyone. His father, Prince Charles, his brother, Prince William, his stepmother, Camilla, and even the late Queen Elizabeth. What he's doing doesn't feel like healing. It feels like destruction. And now Parliament is saying what many have been thinking for a long time. You can't burn down the house and expect to keep the keys. Harry seems to be using his title like a protective shield, holding on to the prestige of royalty while launching attacks from his luxurious life in Monteto. But that strategy isn't working anymore. Lawmakers are calling it symbolic treason. It's not a crime, but it's deeply offensive to the royal institution his title is supposed to honor. For years, the monarchy stayed silent, refusing to respond. But now Parliament has broken that silence. This isn't just about modernizing the monarchy. Yes, the Queen once tweeted, and yes, the royal family has tried to adapt, but at its heart it remains an ancient tradition. That tradition doesn't blend easily with Harry's new approach. Some have even called this a constitutional crisis. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but the tension is real, and Harry's royal standing has slipped over the years. He's gone from being the spare to the sixth in line to the throne. He's no longer close to the center of royal power. Back in the UK, Harry's popularity has plummeted. According to the latest polls, 62% of Britain think he should lose his title. Among conservatives and older voters, that number climbs to over 70%. Even many Labour supporters, who are usually more sympathetic, say he's crossed a line, and the public isn't just watching quietly, they are speaking out. In Sussex, the region he represents by name, people are signing petitions in large numbers. One elderly woman said, "He doesn't represent us anymore. He represents himself." That one quote captures the mood of the nation. Harry might still be a celebrity in America, but in Britain many feel he's turned his back on them, not just by leaving, but by continuing to profit from the royal name while criticizing it. You can't have it both ways forever. And now even those who once supported him are turning away. Public opinion hasn't just shifted, it's collapsed. This isn't about one single mistake. It's about years of grievances, interviews, and media appearances that many feel have gone too far. The British people are sending a clear message. You left, you attacked us, and now we're done. Parliament's actions aren't happening in isolation. They are echoing a loud and growing feeling among the public. There's a deep sense that something has broken within the House of Windsor, and the way Harry and Meghan chose to reveal this news has only added fuel to the fire. Stories have surfaced about how unhappy the couple was behind palace walls, especially Meghan, who described the environment as toxic. But now that narrative has taken a sharp turn. The sympathy is fading, and in its place is frustration, disappointment, and a royal reckoning. What impact will this change in senior roles for Harry and Meghan have on their relationship? Let's explore further. Harry and Meghan's strategy. Harry and Meghan didn't just step away from royal life quietly. They turned it into a money-making machine. Since leaving their royal duties, almost every big deal they've signed, from Netflix and Spotify to Meghan's children's books, has leaned heavily on their royal image. It's not just Harry and Meghan, the private couple, making headlines. It's the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stamped on show credits, podcast intros, and press releases. That's no accident. It's a clever business move. But in the UK, people are not amused. Critics are calling it title trafficking, saying they're using the prestige of their royal titles, something they didn't earn but inherited, to sell stories, promote merchandise, and polish their public image, all while claiming they just want a quieter, more private life. Even their children have been introduced to the world with royal titles as part of this shiny image. The message from many in Britain is clear: you can't have it both ways. You can't claim to be stepping back while cashing in on royal connections. This wasn't a quiet exit. It was the launch of a brand. Now things are heating up. Members of Parliament are getting involved. Some are saying if you want to be celebrities, fine, but drop the Royal Act. Because in the UK, royal titles aren't just fancy names. They are meant to stand for service, history, and national identity. And to many, Harry has turned his title into a marketing tool. It's not just disappointing, it feels like an insult to the values the crown represents. Here's where it gets really interesting. While Parliament makes noise, Buckingham Palace remains silent. King Charles hasn't made any public comments, not to defend Harry and not to condemn him. He's watching, letting things play out. But insiders say he's very aware of the growing petition calling for Harry and Meghan to lose their titles. And this royal silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. Charles doesn't want it to look like a father punishing his son. He wants it to be the system, the institution handling it. That way, if Parliament acts, the monarchy can step back and say, this wasn't personal. It was political. Meanwhile, Prince William isn't saying much either, but sources say he fully supports the idea. No drama, no public statements, just quiet agreement. To William, the titled Duke of Sussex isn't just a fancy label. It's a symbol of duty and honor. and when Harry uses it to make money abroad, it damages the entire royal brand. This has moved far beyond family disagreements. It's about protecting the image of the monarchy. And the silence coming from the palace is speaking louder than any press release. Just picture this. Harry shows up to a high-profile event or charity gala, and instead of being introduced as His Royal Highness, the Duke of Sussex, he's just Mr. Harry Windsor. That's not just a name change. It's a major blow to his brand. If Parliament follows through and strips the titles, Harry would lose the very thing that gives him international influence. The royal title opens doors, commands respect, and adds power to his presence. Without it, what's left is a man better known for TV specials and tell-all books than for his military service or royal duty. Meghan's projects, Harry's memoirs, their production deals, they all rely on the magic of royalty. Take that away, and what you have are two celebrities trying to sell their story of struggle and victimhood, not public service or legacy. And in the tough world of Hollywood, that shine can fade quickly. Parliament understands this. This fight isn't just about tradition. It's about cutting off the very thing that gives them power and platform. That royal title is their golden ticket, and lawmakers are aiming to take it away. And they've done it before. Back in 1917, during World War I, King George V used the Titles Deprivation Act to strip royal titles from family members who sided with Britain's enemies. If titles could be taken away back then for disloyalty, they can be taken away now too. More recently, Prince Andrew lost his military honors and patronages after his scandal with Jeffrey Epstein. No one is untouchable, not even a prince. The message is simple. If Harry no longer stands with the crown, he shouldn't get to wear its name. But how can someone criticize the monarchy, make money off their royal image, and still be allowed to call themselves a duke? Let's explore further Harry's royal downfall. If we look back at history, it's clear that Parliament has every right to finish what the monarchy began. And now that moment seems to be here, the turning point, the crash. This isn't just Harry stepping away from royal life. It's something much deeper. It's as if a careful blade is being used to cut away every last connection he has to the royal institution. One by one, the ties are being severed. The public, once cheering him on, has turned silent. Their support is gone. The laws are in place. Parliament is moving forward. And the royal family, they are not stopping any of it. They've chosen to stay quiet and let the system do the talking. It's no longer about personal feelings. It's about protecting the crown. Prince Harry, once beloved by millions as the people's prince, has turned into a streaming star known more for TV specials and podcasts than royal duties. And now even that identity is slipping away. If this petition passes, he might lose his royal title for good. Without it, what's left is just another celebrity with a famous last name and a long list of controversies. And here's the strange thing. It won't end with a dramatic scene. There won't be fireworks or grand speeches. Instead, it will all come down to paperwork, quiet meetings, legal discussions behind closed doors, votes in historic rooms where kings and queens once ruled. And when it's over, his title will be gone. Along with it will vanish the special treatment, the royal image, the fantasy. Prince Harry might soon learn a harsh lesson. When you walk away from the throne, you can't expect to keep the crown's treasures. After everything, the TV interviews, the tell-all book, the emotional documentaries, the angry public statements, the lawsuits, the drama. After all that noise, this might be the ending. A centuries-old institution gently but firmly closing the final door. And in a strange way, it feels like poetic justice. Harry didn't just leave the royal family. He criticized it, mocked it, burned the bridge behind him, and then tried to profit from the ruins. But now, the very system he turned his back on is responding with something he never expected: official judgment. They are taking away the one thing he can't buy or build back on his own, his royal legitimacy. Once the title is gone, what remains is not the brave prince, not the respected soldier, just Harry, a man on the outside, a famous name without a throne. He tried to reinvent himself as a truth-teller, a voice of the people, a global figure. But in chasing that new identity, he may have lost something even more important: relevance. This petition isn't just about changing his title. It's a message from Parliament, from tradition, and perhaps most powerfully from the people he once claimed to speak for. And now those same people are speaking up. They are saying, "You don't speak for us anymore." For the first time in this long, loud chapter of royal drama, Harry doesn't get to deliver the final line. The House of Lords is preparing its final action. The royal family watches in silence. And what's becoming more and more clear is this: the fairy tale has ended. What comes next won't be wrapped in royal gold or scripted like a royal romance. No, the next chapter will be written in the language of exile. Will Harry and Meghan ever be accepted back into the royal family? Or will they stay on the outside forever? Let's explore further exiled royals. It's been many years since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made the bold decision to step away from their roles as senior members of the British royal family. But even after all this time, the shock waves from their dramatic departure are still being felt. According to someone close to the palace, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have in many ways been unofficially exiled from the United Kingdom. And sadly, it looks like the royal family may never fully forgive them. A royal insider recently spoke to the Telegraph and shared that Harry has no real desire to return to his royal duties. Even though there have been constant whispers about a possible comeback, the source explained that although Harry still has friends in Britain and remembers the country fondly, the damage caused by his revealing memoir Spare and the couple's eye-opening Netflix series has made making peace with the royals a very difficult task. He's thrown a lot of verbal spears at the royal family, the insider said, pointing out that Harry's harsh words were not just aimed at the institution as a whole, but specifically at his older brother, Prince William, his sister-in-law, Catherine, and even King Charles himself. These personal attacks have only deepened the divide. There was once a time when the two royal brothers were incredibly close. Along with their wives, they were known as the Fab Four, a modern, glamorous team representing the future of the monarchy. But those days seem long gone. Their relationship has grown so strained that royal experts now believe the rift may never fully heal. Royal commentator Hugo Vickers told The Sun that if the brothers ever do reconcile, it would take a huge amount of time, effort, and emotional work. "Let's hope it happens one day," he said. But honestly, I don't think it will be anytime soon. Vickers added that Prince William is deeply upset and tends to hold a grudge, making the path to forgiveness even harder. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have started a new life in California, far from the cameras and protocols of royal life. While they've gained a sense of freedom and privacy, their move has come with its own sacrifices. According to the insider, Harry now spends much of his time riding his bike with security following in a Range Rover, walking his dog alone on the beach, and staying out of the spotlight. Meghan, however, seems to have embraced her new community more openly. She's joined local groups and formed friendships with other celebrities in the neighborhood, like Ellen DeGeneres. Still, their quiet lifestyle has left some fans and locals eager for more appearances from the royal couple, who remain a mystery to many. As Prince Harry approaches his 40th birthday, it's clear that he has left behind his wild younger days. His life now is more private and peaceful, but also more isolated. For now, the Sussexes appear to be at peace in their California home, but the past still hangs over them, casting a long shadow on what comes next. What are your thoughts on the shocking move by the House of Lords to strip Harry of his royal status? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.